Have you ever felt like the skills that once defined you, the expertise you spent decades building, are slowly fading into the background? It's a quiet, unsettling feeling, isn't it? It's a hidden grief for the professional selves we all worked so hard to become. This isn't about some failure to adapt to new tech. It's about the unspoken emotional toll of a revolution that is completely rewriting the rules of work. It's a kind of psychological whiplash, a sense of professional abandonment that's leaving so many of us feeling adrift. We're not just learning new software, we're mourning the person we were. This feeling is sweeping through workplaces everywhere. Across countless industries, from graphic design to law and even medicine, AI is transforming roles faster than we can emotionally process. Recent reports show that a huge number of workers, nearly 30% in the US alone, fear their jobs will be made obsolete by AI, leading to massive anxiety and stress. This isn't some far-off future, it's happening now, causing a surge in burnout and what experts have started calling professional grief. The headlines love to talk about disruption and efficiency. They celebrate the tools, but they rarely mention the human cost, the constant, draining pressure to reinvent ourselves, the mental burnout from always having to be on, and the deep, nagging fear of being left behind. When your career is a core part of your identity, this kind of disruption feels less like a pivot and more like an identity crisis. For years, your value was clear. It was in the elegant code you wrote, the insightful reports you analyzed, the brilliant campaigns you designed. Your competence was your currency. It built your confidence, your self-esteem, and your sense of purpose. Now, an algorithm can do in minutes what once took you a week. A machine can analyze the data, generate the report, and even draft the creative concepts. And it leaves you with a question that echoes in the quiet moments of your day. If I'm not needed for what I do, then who am I? This feeling of being devalued or replaceable is profoundly destabilizing. It isn't just about job security, it cuts right to your sense of self-worth. Research has shown that the threat of losing a job is often experienced in a way that's similar to other forms of bereavement. You're grieving the loss of your mastery, the evaporation of a clear path forward, and the version of yourself that felt absolutely essential. So, what's actually going on in our heads? Psychologically, this all makes perfect sense. Our professional identity is a massive part of how we see ourselves. When it's threatened, it can trigger a genuine grief response: denial, anger, depression, and finally, the search for a way to move forward. This isn't a weakness. It's a perfectly natural human reaction to profound change. Your brain is wired to find safety in being competent and knowing what's coming next. When the ground shifts beneath your feet, your nervous system responds with stress, fatigue, and anxiety. Experts call it identity foreclosure, a moment where a central part of your self-concept is suddenly walled off, forcing you to ask fundamental questions about your own value. Simply acknowledging this as a form of grief is the first, most powerful step toward processing it. So, how do you actually move forward? This isn't about a frantic race to outsmart the machines. It's about a deliberate, thoughtful process of reclaiming your identity. First, give yourself permission to acknowledge the loss. It's okay to mourn the career you thought you'd have. This isn't failure, it's a transition. Second, start the work of decoupling your identity from your job title. Your worth is not a measure of your productivity. Try this. Make a list of who you are completely outside of your profession. What are your core values? What drives your curiosity? What are you passionate about? This is your chance to build a more robust, well-rounded sense of self. Third, shift your focus to the skills that are, and will remain, profoundly human. AI can crunch data, but it can't replicate wisdom, ethical judgment, or genuine emotional intelligence. Your ability to lead with empathy, to solve messy problems with nuance, to build trust, and to think critically, those are now your greatest assets. That's your edge. Think of it as building a portfolio of identity, where your job is just one piece of who you are, not the whole story. The AI revolution isn't something that's just happening to you. It's a new environment where you get to redefine yourself on your own terms. This is not an ending, it's a rebuild. It's a chance to let go of an old identity that no longer serves you and discover a more authentic, resilient you. You are not obsolete. You are evolving. What are your experiences with this? Have you felt this hidden grief? Share your story in the comments below. It's a conversation we desperately need to be having together. And if this resonated with you, subscribe for more content on navigating the human side of our shared technological future. Thanks for being with AI and Mind.